Good evening. I apologize for the low light. I know it doesn't make for the clearest video, but it's dark outside and no one else is home but me. And this beautiful tree is lit up behind me. And this is going to be the last vlog of Christmas. So I just had to start it this way. Yeah, just a few more days. I mean, I'm hosting my family here on Saturday, the 23rd. So tomorrow I will be starting with the sugar cookie prep. I'm going to get the dough made and refrigerated. Probably start doing a little of the cleaning. Mainly the floors and the bathrooms. I kind of want to wait until the last minute on those because I have teenagers and there's no point in cleaning early. It'll just need done again. So I'm going to do that. And then Friday, I will be rolling and cutting and baking the cookies and finishing up the cleaning and maybe even decorating. But I feel like that might be a little ambitious because, so I always think I should probably take off work leading up to Christmas and then I never do. But I really, really need to remember and do that next year. But I am working still Thursday and Friday. So I'm limited to getting the stuff done like on lunch break and in the evenings. So I have my doubts as to whether I'll get to decorate the cookies before Saturday morning, but that's what the gist of this vlog is going to be. It's going to be prepping for hosting the family Christmas, and I will share some clips of all of the festivities on here. And then that's going to be it for me until the first of the year. I don't intend on picking up the camera after Saturday. I'm going to just shut off for the week. I have no plans to do anything anyway. There might be a little bit of kind of some furniture moving because of my grandpa working on selling his house, and we're swapping out some mattresses and things like that. But other than that, it's just going to be a down low-key week. However, I will pick the camera back up on Saturday the 30th because a friend of mine has recently purchased a bed and breakfast, and she has propositioned me with a free night's stay there in exchange for some photos and videos and things for her to use for kind of some marketing on social media and whatever she wants to use it for. And then I'm also going to share that with you. So she does historic preservation was her major, and she's done a lot of work with downtown Cape stuff, and she's just got an eye for these kinds of things. And it is an old historic home, and it has been turned into a bed and breakfast, and she is now running it. And I know from the pictures that it is beautiful, and I have not been in it yet, so I'm looking forward to that. And I will share everything I can with you on here. But mostly I'm going to be focused on taking lots of pictures and video footage for her to use. But between now and then, this is it. We're on kind of the last minute run to Christmas, just a few more days to go. So let's get this started. Hello, the time has come to start on the sugar cookies. So I need to make the dough, and then it's going to get refrigerated until tomorrow evening. And then the fun part is going to come. So for now, we're just going to mix up some flour, sugar, butter, and eggs. Eggs, I haven't gotten those out yet. Almost forgot an important step. These obviously are not vegan or plant-based because I'm the only one in the family who is, so everybody else just loves these traditional sugar cookies. I even contemplated using a plant-based butter, but I thought if it's still going to have eggs in it, then what's the point? I'm just going to make them the traditional way, make sure they taste like they always do, and everybody's going to be happy with them. So the butter has been sitting out for probably not quite an hour, so I'm hoping it will be soft enough, but we're ready to get this started. Alright, on to the dry ingredients. ready for the fridge. My original plan was to make this tonight and then bake tomorrow night, but I wanted to try to utilize my work schedule the best that I could, and I thought I should be able to get the dough made this morning before work, which it's now 7:23. I get an hour for lunch, and I think that should be long enough to roll these out and cut them and bake them, because they only take, I think, 9 minutes per batch. I don't know, I put the recipe somewhere, but and this should take about 3 or 4 batches in the oven to get all of them baked. So I should be able to do that, and then tonight, if not maybe tomorrow when I get up in the morning, I should be able to work on icing them. So that way they're completely done before Saturday. So that is the plan. I'm gonna get these put in the refrigerator and then clock into work, and then we will check back in at lunchtime. All right, I am ready to start rolling these cookies out and cutting them and getting them in the oven. They bake at 400 degrees for, it says 4 to 6 minutes, but with my oven, it's always the latter of that, so I'm gonna put them in for 6. And we should be able to get through the entire batch on my lunch break. And then if I'm still feeling ambitious enough after work, I can get them decorated. Otherwise, that will wait until morning. So let's get this going. I have one last batch to do, and I've just pulled this back out of the fridge. In between, you want to keep this stuff chilled as much as possible so it doesn't expand in the oven. But this should be the last time that I have to refrigerate. This should be my last batch. So I'll have one more little tray of cookies to go in. That'll be 3 full trays, and we will be all finished. Alright, all of that done in only half an hour. Now I'm going to let these cool, and then by this evening when I'm off work, they will definitely be nice and cool and ready to be iced. I'm not going to get too fancy with these. I've definitely done that in the past where I did a really good decorating job on all of them. But, you know, if I wasn't hosting Christmas and all I had to do was make the cookies, I would probably do that. But since I have so much else to do on top of this, I'm going to keep it simple. And I'm just going to pipe around the edges, and then instead of making the icing, because you need like 2 tablespoons of corn syrup to make the icing, and you can't just buy that much. I have to buy a whole bottle that I never use for anything else, so I use 2 tablespoons and the rest gets pitched. So I just started buying it pre-mixed from Wilton. But anyway, this gets drizzled over the top and then it spreads, and then I just sprinkle on the sugar sprinkles. So that is all I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it nice and simple, but I should be able to hop back on here and do that this evening. Alright, I'm off work and it's time to get these babies iced. Got my piping bag ready to go, so I'm going to do around the edges, and then when that's done, I'm going to fill in with this and then add sprinkles. Alright, I've hit a snag because I used to be able to get the icing from Hobby Lobby, and they, for whatever reason, don't have it anymore, so I had to order it from Amazon. And there are 3 different consistencies. What I need is soft, where you just like drizzle it on and it runs. This one is stiff or firm. So this is absolutely not going to work, and I think about the only option that I have now is to just go to the store. I still have plenty of this buttercream left. And so I think I'm going to have to run to the store and buy some gosh darn corn syrup and add to the buttercream and thin it a little bit and drizzle it on and go that route. So, improv at its finest. Okay, I was trying to not have to go to the store, but that didn't turn out very well. So I mixed some corn syrup and a little bit more almond milk into this, and now I'm going to go ahead and drizzle it on and hope that it works like it's supposed to. So, and my battery is also almost dead, and I haven't bought new batteries yet, so I may have to stop and charge my battery for a little bit before I can film this. All right, switched back to my cell phone because my other battery is charging, and I want to get this done. So, let's get icing. Well, Christmas Cookies 2023 turned into a bit of a hot mess right in the home stretch, but we are done. And now I have to let them dry overnight so this icing will get good and hard. I think it is probably still going to. The recipe is not completely dissimilar. Or well, what I ended up with is not completely dissimilar from the recipe. I did not have a recipe to go on at this point because A, I already had buttercream made, and I didn't use anywhere near all of it to go around the edges. And then also because I used so much of the powdered sugar making the buttercream, I did not have enough left to make a whole batch of the hardening icing. So I had to improvise, and I just made it a little bit thinner with some extra almond milk, and then I added in the corn syrup. I did use my fingertips to spread it around just to kind of get it to do its things. I wasn't sure it would otherwise, but they are done. Not the prettiest I've ever made. I think I was kind of just getting frustrated there towards the end with the whole icing mishap, and I'm definitely ready to be done with this for the day and go treat myself to a Christmas movie, I think, and I need to get my Advent puzzle done. So I'll probably put these in my room overnight just to make sure Miss Emily doesn't get any grand ideas. I know the other two cats don't bother this stuff, but with her, I'm not really sure what she gets up to at night. So just to be on the safe side, but we are done with Christmas cookies.
Hey, you're gonna get in trouble, little miss. There's the good boy. All I do is lay on the tree skirt and I don't bother a thing.
So the first line of business for this morning is to get rid of my ancient crock pot that is definitely on its last leg and has been falling apart. Like it's coming apart at the seams at the bottom. It's lost a leg, but I tried to pull a This Is Us last night and burn the house down because I got this out to have it ready for this morning to put my roast in. And I plugged it in and didn't realize the dial was turned to keep warm instead of off. And I get up this morning and I'm like, why is it hot over here? And I realized that it's on. And this was inside here just like this because it won't stick. It had broken off the bottom, so I can't keep it on anymore. I have to just like stick it on there and then set the crock pot down on top of it so it's level. So I had just tossed it in here like this and then took this thing and set it on top of it. And I plugged it in like that, not realizing that it was on. And so luckily it was on keep warm and not like up on high. So, because this is plastic, and so it was hot, but it didn't melt. But it is time for this thing to go. Like, Michael has a crock pot that he never uses because, let's be real, he doesn't cook. I do all the cooking over at his house for him. So anyway, he has like, I think a 5-quart crock pot. So I'm just going to run over and borrow that for today. And this ancient thing that I've had for like damn near 20 years, it's time for it to just go in the trash. And I'm going to have to get me another one. So anyway, that's the start to Christmas dinner making. And I just remembered that I have yet another hold available at the library, so I need to run in and pick that up. Silver and gold, so much more when I see silver and gold decorations on every Christmas tree.
Hello, Buttercup.